All right. Think we're live. This is a special impromptu stream, so we're waiting for K Dot to get on in here. Should be really interesting for you guys. I've been promising some information on some officers. I have partial information on one officer, so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. I'm waiting for K Dot to get in here, waiting for you all to get in here as well. Lose cunt. Lou Skunt. What's up, man? Nice to have you in here. Um, I hesitate to say this is bombshell stuff, but it exposes an officer to an extent that I think you guys would appreciate. Been working on this one for a while now. I'll wait for K Dot to get in here. We'll get started. I don't got a ton of time to go over information because K Dot's got to get on over to work. Russell, welcome. Nice to have you in here. And McDonald, nice to have you in here as well. I know I've been promising some information on these two officers. Well, I got some. Ellie, welcome on in. Mick T, nice to have you in here as well. K Dot is awesome. Loose cunt. Jen, wow, what's up? Nice to have you in here. Um, I got two super mods in here. I feel special. Secret Agent, man. Welcome on in. Nice to have you in here, Sam. Here's K Dot.
What?
K Dot, what's up, man? We're live. I
Oh,
can't hear you.
you're
Oh,
live?
yeah, we're live.
Oh shit! I didn't know we're live. Hey, can you hear
Oh,
me?
yeah, I can hear you, but I got an echo. I think I know where it's coming from. Bear with me just a second.
Okay.
I had the let's try this. There we go. Uh yes, now go ahead and say something, K Dot.
Am I good now?
Yes, we're all good. Hey, Ghost
Okay,
Eagle, nice
perfect.
to have you in here. Can you guys hear us in the chat? Let us know if you can hear, good to go, whatever. I want to make sure of that before we get started. Let's see, who else did I miss? Nez, welcome in. Can y'all hear us? That is the question. As soon as I get confirmation that you guys can hear us, then we'll get started because I got some juicy information. Spiky Mike, welcome. Welcome on in. Oh, we're good. Okay. Sounds good. Right on. Transparency time. You ready to get this party started, K Dot?
I am. Do we have a picture of this officer?
I don't. I do not.
We
That's
can.
one thing I don't.
I can.
I can
Hold
look
on.
look one up, but should we hit I always like starting these streams with some uh some cool music. So let's hit the music and then I'll while that's going on, I'll look for this officer's mugshot or slash picture. All right, everybody, it's MLH along with special guest slash brother from another K Dot. You guys know him, you love him. He's the best thing since sliced bread. K Dot, what's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, just another day doing the do and exposing people for who they are. I'm looking for a picture of the subject of today's stream, and I'm having a dandy of a time. I see a bunch of pictures of criminals, which would be, pretty apropos for this guy. But I'm trying to look for a picture of the subject today of Sergeant Douglas. K. Dot, tell the people while I'm looking through. Why are we talking about Sergeant Douglas today?
Oh, good old Sergeant Douglas. I actually have a picture.
You do?
I
Okay.
do.
Well, let's take a look at that.
Uh, I'm
You're
trying
you're
to.
starting to robot a little bit, Kate. I don't know. I think it's on your end, but you know.
Can you guys hear me okay now, or
We
all
can
right?
hear you, but it's real scratchy. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that's hearing that. The people in chat can tell me otherwise. I don't know what's going on there. Later on, Nez, nice to have you in here. Uh, yep, got to be a mama for sure. Yeah, it's robotish for sure. I don't know what's going on, K Dot, but you know,
Uh,
hopefully I'm
I'm
not
about
robot.
this. I'm gonna send it to your email here,
Okay.
and
Lou
then you can.
Lou Skunt says I have a picture of Sergeant Douglas. Here it is, and it's a picture of a poop emoji. That's pretty much you know, that makes sense, man. And you guys will understand after. I'm going. Hold on. You sent me a video, K Dot. Let me find the actual. What is the timestamp on it?
The
Uh,
video,
oh, you sound better. Yeah. What timestamp is here he is. Hold on. Let me see if I can get a good picture of this
and I just
jackass.
sent you the picture. I would say the timestamp. Uh, Let me see. Timestamp would be. Let's do 8:56.
8:56. Okay, I'm gonna get over to
Yeah. So
there.
just so people know who we're talking about.
Yeah, hold on. Let me
Um, I'm
it's kind
closing
of
out
hard to
all
see.
these other things so
Oh,
you can
sort
hear
of
me.
saw him. Yeah, no, I can definitely hear you better. I'm trying to find a good picture of this jackass. And he's a jackass, y'all. And we'll get into why he's a jackass in a minute.
Did you
But
get
let
my email
me
with the picture though?
I got the link to your video. Oh, there he is. Okay. Hold on. Let me share this with you guys. Let me get this out of the way here. As a dog is barking in the background. Gotta love that. Okay, hold on one second, y'all, and I will present a picture of this guy. I got to stop this one first and then present another one to y'all. Sorry, I'm not the most technically gifted dude in the world here, but you know. Um, okay, here we go. It's not a great picture, but here he is. I don't know. Can you guys
You
see
can
that?
zoom in, can't you?
Again with the questions here, K dot. Sort of, I guess is the answer. Hold on. Let's do this. There, that's as good as it gets. But you guys get the
Yeah.
idea. There's Sergeant Douglas in all his glory. Now, I want to ask Sweet Peas. Nice to have you in here. Really
Hey,
appreciate
Sweet
you being
Pea.
here. Okay, if anyone here in here hasn't already been up to it, you definitely need to. Yes, definitely check out K Dot, the greatest in Denver, in my opinion. He's blowing up.
Lou, what's up?
Okay, here's here's the question that I have for the audience, and then we'll continue from here. He looks like a gym dog wearing glasses. Okay, my question for you guys. Okay, this is a sergeant, right? This is Sergeant Douglas here.
Yeah.
How much do you think Sergeant Douglas gets paid as a police officer? That's my question to everybody in chat. There's no prizes, but if you can guess within, I'd say $5,000, I will mention you on my next stream. I'll so if you have a channel or you just want a little bit of extra accolades, that's the prize you'll get. So, how much does Sergeant Michael Douglas? His name is Michael Douglas. Oh, Lou's son
Ooh.
says $150,000 a year worth $8. Oh, yeah, Canada. See, it was a trick question. Canada got it, and he's going to be mentioned on my next show. He makes $141,000.
But
So
Big Heart
Canada,
said
you
it
win.
first, though.
Who? Oh, Big Heart.
One Big
Big Heart
Heart
did
said
say
it
it first.
first.
Sorry, Canada. It's Big Heart. Big Heart said I gave it away in the title, K. Dot. I said 141K for what now? Um, so
Oh,
here's how this all came about, guys and gals. KDOT and I were doing a records request on another officer named Douglas Haroon, who no longer works for the Aurora PD. Now, there's a whole other panel we're going to have on Douglas Haroon, but this guy was giving us a hard time, was he not, KDOT?
he
And you can
was.
see the video where he's being a complete jackass to KDOT and myself. And so it got me thinking, what is this guy hiding? So guess what I did? I did a records request on him. So K dot, can you speak when we first encountered? I know you've run into this guy before, but can you talk
Mhm.
about that day? How irritating and how condescending this guy was to us?
So we went to go get records on Officer Haroon, the one who beat up a 49-year-old disabled lady and was currently on being investigated for shooting an unarmed man a week prior during a domestic violence case. We went to go to try to get his badge number, and I think that's all we wanted, right? Was the badge number.
Well,
And
badge number, I took it a step further and I wanted his personnel file and his disciplinary actions.
well, I'm talking about at
No.
the front desk. Or we know we couldn't get that.
Oh,
We
yeah,
were
at the front desk.
at
Yeah,
the
I
front.
was
We're
just
talking about
asking.
the situation at the front desk. Just his
Oh, yeah,
badge
yeah, yeah.
number.
Yeah, I asked for
Um,
the badge number and the ladies were willing to give it, but they couldn't find it in the roster because the
he was
officer was
not.
fired.
Yeah, yeah. He wasn't on their wasn't in their system. And then we
Right.
both looked at each other and was like, "Oh, this guy's fired."
Yeah.
But something was fishy about that because that's never happened before. Um, and so it ended up him not being fired, but he was allowed to resign. Just like how he was allowed to cheat on the test. But
That's a different story for another
that's
day.
a
Can't
different
go off like
story.
that
That's a different
yet.
story. But so we went to go do that, and she went to go check on it further to see if we could try to get a badge number. This idiot came out, Mr. Clean, and uh,
I like to look at him and think of him as the your old high school gym teacher, you know?
right,
Yeah. He looks like
uh,
every gym teacher I've ever known.
Mr. So he comes out huffing and puffing, and basically saying that you have to meet with our legal or the legal team. Uh, Told him that he was not able to release that information. That's all we wanted was the badge number to the public or whatever. And he was just being an asshole. He wasn't very polite at all. And plus, I already had a prior, me and you had a prior
Yeah,
interaction with him because I had to tell him about himself, about his behavior.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I will be filing a complaint here soon against him for so he'll have something else in this file. um yeah,
Tidy
so
bowman, Canada
that's what
sauce.
happened with us. So he also tried to dox my name. So
Yes. Well,
big
not try. He did.
did did.
So
So
yeah, so let me share with you guys. I'm going to stop this screen and I'm going to share something else with you guys that I just found out today and shared it with, of course, Kate up first. And this is really, really interesting, y'all. Let's see if I
mhm.
can find it. This is not it. This is not it. This is it, I believe. Okay. Um, yep, 30 pages. So they gave me a partial. I had remember I told you guys I did, and I've been waiting for this information. We're still waiting for other information, but I put in for a records request on his personnel file, and this is what I get. This cost me. This one in particular cost me $33, but it's worth it for one thing and one thing only. Now, if I can find this, there's notes. This is an evaluation, right? This is for Michael Douglas, Sergeant Michael Douglas. So, if you guys are fans of Fatal Attraction, this is not the guy. Um, Although, what he did here, there's a little paragraph here, and I'm gonna read this paragraph. And it's kind of comical, so we can kind of laugh at it a little bit, and then we can discuss the seriousness of it. It says, I don't know if you guys can read it. Let me see if it's showing up there. Yeah. Oh, let me get this. Sorry, Canada, I got to get you off the screen here. I don't know if you guys can read that, but I'll read it to you. Um, it says, this past year, he received a written reprimand for not violating or not validating the actions of one of his DUI officers. So, right away, you're kind of like, wow, what is this? That's kind of weird. He was reprimanded. Okay, what is he reprimanded for? Check this out, guys and gals. A DUI officer. So apparently, he was a sergeant for the DUI enforcement crew at one point. This was in 2018, I believe, 2019. A DUI officer was accused of, quote, sleeping on the job and not being productive or doing poor investigations. If you guys are
Can you zoom
wondering,
in real quick? I'm sorry.
let's see if I can. Yeah, I can zoom in a little bit here. It doesn't really let me
'Cause I'm
zoom
blind
in
as a
too much.
bat. So.
Yeah, it's I know you are, man, and so am I. But that's as good as it gets, guys. But I'm
No,
gonna read
that's
it to
that's
you.
good. That's perfect.
I actually have to go one. Okay, there we
That's
go,
that's
where I can
that's
see more of it.
so perfect. Thank you.
All
Sorry, didn't mean
right.
to interrupt.
It's all good. You blind. So basically, um, DUI officer was accused of sleeping on the job, being not being productive or doing poor investigations. So if you guys are wondering why your tax dollars are only good for about 2% success rate in the United States, this is part of the problem right here. Sergeant Douglas defended his officer on face value and later found out that the allegations were true and that the officer was and that officer was removed from the DUI traffic unit. Sergeant Douglas shared what was a confidential email with the accused officer, which should have never been done, creating a toxic work environment with the
Hmm.
accused and the officer who brought this up. So apparently there was a whistleblower that told him, and he shared that confidential information in an email form with the officer in question, and that obviously set up a toxic work environment. Sergeant Douglas was counseled about how to monitor his subordinates and to never take an allegation on face value and to always validate what is being said, good or bad. Apparently, he took full responsibility for this incident, and then the evaluator thinks that he believes that he learned from it. Now, I don't know if this specifically is what caused him um, to be put on desk duty, but he was eventually put on desk duty at the front desk at the Aurora headquarters, police headquarters. So this is
Mm,
where we encountered this guy a lot, and he's always an
mhm.
asshole. There's never been a time where KDOT and I have dealt with him where he's been, you know, pleasant or seemed, in a good demeanor or anything like that. But if you were to look at this evaluation, I mean, this guy is exceptional, all clear across the board. He's got a few things, like, I don't know, covering up for an officer that sleeps on the job and, wastes taxpayer money. But I mean, other than
Yeah.
that, he's a good guy, y'all. And all cops are good, right? I mean, all cops aren't bad, you know? So this is why I say, like, you and I both believe that not all cops are bad, KDOT. I happen to think that 90 to 95% are bad because
Uh,
they don't they they cover up everything, and
mhm.
they don't speak up when something is wrong. This sergeant, instead of taking a bullet for this guy, should have just said, yeah, he fucked up. He should be disciplined for that. No sleeping on the job. you know?
Right. It's just a simple. Technically, technically, if it were honestly, and a lot of private entity corporations, if you're sleeping on a job, that's a terminal offense. You're fired for shit like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna do it in
yeah,
yeah. Raymond says, "Was this the thing y'all was talking to you about yesterday, getting KDOT records?" This is partial, Raymond. We've got other stuff that we're working on that we're gonna bring to you guys too. But I want to bring this stuff to you guys as soon as we get it. So this is part of it,
and we
and
told
this
you
is
we
part.
would.
Yep. And so I know this seems minor, right? This guy has one reprimand and all that, but if he's willing to go to these lengths, there's no wonder he's sitting at a desk. But do you guys think for 1 minute that that if this guy was back out on the street, he wouldn't be doing the same thing over and over and over again? You got another thing coming. The other thing I want to
Right.
say to bring this to a practical level, let's say I was doing a live stream, KDOT, and I was cop
Yeah.
watching, right? And
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
decided to pull over on the side of the road and just sleep. Would you guys like watching my cop watches if that's all I did was sleep? Of course not. You would immediately fucking turn the channel or unsubscribe because I'm not doing what you guys want me to do, right? If I caught KDOT during a live set of DJing and he was sleeping at the turntable and just put everything on autopilot, I don't think people would want to hire DJ KDOT to party to
Yeah.
their parties, you know? So
DJ
you're
K'd
right.
out the sleepy. That's
That's exactly right, man. So, I mean, this seems like a minor detail, but in fact, this is not a minor detail, and there's a reason why Sergeant Douglas is sitting at a desk wasting $141,000 a year to tell a couple of civilians, "Oh yeah, yeah, go to that screen there or do that." I bet you the civilians know more than this sergeant does.
but here's the thing. Here's the catcher.
Yeah.
MLH, can you please go to his job description and what he's assigned to do? And this is the reason why I want y'all to. I literally want you guys, and it's totally up to you. You don't have to cuss anybody out or anything like that. But this is where we hold accountable. This person is in charge of this, okay? And I want y'all to be like, I'm telling, because I'm gonna do the same thing. I don't feel comfortable with this guy's reprimand of him being in charge of this. And MLH will get into detail exactly what he does as far as his job description.
Yeah, let me find that. I think it's a different file here, but let's see. Oh, here we go. I'll share this with you guys too. Let me get over here. It's going to be, uh, um, hang on 1 second. Sorry guys. Like I said, I'm not the most,
And Ellie, if you could be such a doll and put the non-emergency number uh in the comment section for the people to air their grievances, that would be so helpful.
okay, here's the description right here. Overall, Sergeant Douglas supervises the front desk unit. He assists with the civilian employees and supervises officers while they are detailed to the desk. He also coordinates handling late officer reports for the record section, which is a vital function. He approves thousands of officer reports a year and checks them carefully for mistakes. So that's what he does. He approves thousands of officer reports a year and checks them carefully for mistakes. Unless you're sleeping on the job, then you can just get away with it. So that's what he does. That's his job.
This man is in charge of overview of reports. Okay? This cover up, this guy that does cover ups for his own officers is in charge of officer reports. Am I correct? Am I getting that right, MLH?
Yes. Yes, thousands of
That
reports.
thousands of reports. Do y'all want this guy to be in charge of your reports, your records, your police officers, knowing he covered up for another officer of good faith? And when we mean good faith, we're talking about the Blue Line Alliance.
Yep. Ryan
So
Halsinger,
if I
welcome
were
on in.
you, I would call and say, "What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Why do we
why
have a
is Sergeant
sergeant?" I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, why do we have a sergeant that has been reprimanded for covering up for a sleepy police officer in charge of records? Why is he
Mhm.
anywhere near records? That's the question to be asked. Knowledge is Power LA, welcome on in. Everybody, please sub to Knowledge is Power LA. He's got a great
Yeah.
channel, good dude. And he's responsible for the logo that you see for me. Um, the uh, the one with the Mexican flag. He's a great graphics artist, so and a very humble guy. Knowledge is power. But yes, call and ask, why is Sergeant Douglas in charge of overseeing records of thousands of officers? Thousands of
So I
records have crossed his desk. Go ahead, K. Dot.
I do have a question for you, MLH. Um,
Yes.
Now you stated in there it was a toxic working environment for exactly who? Can you explain that a little bit? Was it did
Um,
what so did an officer report him, the guy sleeping, and then it was toxic
yes.
between the
Yes,
officer
because
and
okay, so
okay.
this is the as I understand it from reading, right? And I've
Okay.
had just today to look at these reports. There was an officer that complained that the other officer was sleeping on the job, which was
Okay.
definitely factually true. And
Okay.
then this guy, so the higher ups get wind of it, right? I don't know. They don't specifically have a whistleblower program within the Aurora Police Department, but maybe, his partner, the sleeping officer's partner mentioned it to a higher up, right? And then that higher up went and emailed Michael Douglas, Sergeant Michael Douglas, that, what's up with this? And instead of saying, I'll do a proper investigation, he basically went to Sleepy and asked Sleepy, hey, did this happen? And the guy was like, no, it didn't happen. And he just took his word for it. And then, that was it. Right. Well, turns out, turns out that you know he did sleep on the job, and the other officer's allegations were 100% correct. Now, there's no criminality with this, right, KDOT? There's zero criminality. At
No,
least I
there's
think
not.
there's
Yeah.
zero criminality. I have to look at the
But
specific
what
statutes in regards to
so
police officers sleeping on the job, right?
right.
I mean,
So I'm guessing
I
what was the toxic work environment? Was it between him and the sergeant and the whistleblower had a toxic work
yes,
environment?
because yes, you
Okay.
know why? Because the
Okay.
sergeant shared that email with Sleepy and said, "Oh, look at this. They're saying that you actually did this, but I'm going to tell them you didn't. I'm just going to take your word for it. Did you do it? No? Okay. Well, there you
So
go.
so
Instead of
he
doing
so basically him the officer who told him that the other officer was sleeping,
Mhm.
he they got into it. They didn't after this initial report was reported, there was frictions between Sergeant Douglas and the whistleblower.
There must have been. Well, no. No, 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 no. Not necessarily. It could have been
Okay,
between
so I was just trying to
Sleepy.
I was a little
Yeah.
confused on that. So
Mm.
what was the
It could have
toxic
been.
work environment part?
Yes, it's toxic because now you shared that email with Sleepy, and now Sleepy can go on over to Whistleblower and say, "Hey, Whistleblower, why the fuck did you
Oh.
whistleblow on me? don't you know we're supposed to keep this amongst ourselves? We waste taxpayer money and we're supposed to have each other's backs. Don't you understand? This is how
Got
this
it.
works.
Got it.
We make
So Sleepy,
$100,000 a year, you know, by
Sleepy
sleeping.
and the whistleblower had a toxic
Might have
work
had
environment.
issues, right? And you can
Got it.
see where that would be a
Got it.
conflict of
Okay.
interest, KDOT. If
Mhm.
I rat out, let's say I whistleblow on somebody at work, right? Let's say, I
Mhm.
don't know, a coworker steals something, right? And I whistleblow, and then the supervisor gets wind of it, and then they show that email to um, the thief. Now the thief is going to be like, well, who said this? This had to have been this other guy, right?
Mhm.
So then there's friction in the workplace because I mean, nobody likes a rat, right? So,
Mm.
and nobody likes whistleblowers, even though I mean, there should be an easy path for whistleblowers all the way to the chief. Hey, so and so did this. Oh, they did? Well, let's do an investigation on that. Matthew, welcome to the channel. King Solomon, welcome. Nice to have you in here. Ryan Halzinger, welcome. We're discussing some more corruption in the Aurora Police Department. I mean, it runs so thick in Aurora, it's unbelievable. Everybody, it's crazy how much corruption is in uh, the police force in Aurora and in Denver, by the way, but a lot in Aurora. ATL, welcome. Nice to have you here. So instead of Sleepy being, I mean, I would say that that's a fireable offense. K dot. I mean, am I out of line saying
No, no, no. He
that
should have been fired.
Sleepy,
The guy
he
who
should
was
have been fired?
sleeping, the guy who was well, first of all, because there's two offenses. He he lied about it, right? About sleeping.
Right.
Then he was actually sleeping. So
Yeah.
absolutely, you can't be trusted in our organization.
Right.
So you need to be fired. Not only that, the sergeant needed to be fired or at least suspended without pay for several weeks. At least.
Yep.
But technically he should have been fired too because we he's the supervisor. So we got to hold him up to a whole other standard and he failed to investigate. He just asked a question and was like, "Oh, he took him at good faith." So yeah, he should be fired too. Both of these officers should be fired for this. Even, um because here's the thing. If we got calls and shit and this is the reason why officers are not getting to these calls, or if you see an officer in the cut somewhere, um and in like a dark alley or somewhere in a vacant lot with and it's dark over there. We don't need officers doing that. We need officers patrolling. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe these vehicles have GPSs
Yes.
on it, right? If I'm not
Yes, they do.
mistaken.
They do.
If
They do.
anything, they should have it to where if 15 minutes as the maximum, if there's an officer's vehicle stationary for 15 minutes, an alert should come on, and they should do a welfare check, or a supervisor should check in, or some type of communication. Dispatch, hey, dispatch to vehicle 188. Are you good? Are you okay? Yeah, we're okay. Okay. Been stationary for about 15 minutes. Okay, yeah, I
Yep.
just needed to go to the restroom, or okay, well, just make sure you do a 10-1 or something like that, or 10-100, just to let us know that that you're on a break or something. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
even if
Yeah.
even if the dispatcher doesn't have that over the radio, at least I don't know, give them a call or something to where it's still record that I checked on this officer, and this officer's been in this place for 15 minutes stationary. And
Right.
because
Well,
that's what we used to do at the excuse me, at when I was the lead supervisor of security at the town center in Aurora. We would check in with our officers. I'd be like, okay, uh I need we would call each I would call each officer's number, and I would ask them what's their 20, and
Mhm.
uh they would tell me where their 20 is, and uh and
Yeah,
that's
and whether
also
they were
logged.
10-8 for lunch or,
Yeah.
they there's a line of communication, and that's the way
Yeah.
they should be, but how
and
many
and
times
that's
have you
how we
seen
have
on both?
accountability, just in case
Yeah.
if an incident went off, and I have a log of where my officers that were at this particular time. So.
You know what? When I first started my channel, K dot, one of the things that I was known for was
Mhm.
scattering the cockroaches, right? So I would find groups of cockroaches just sitting there wasting tax dollars, and it irked me, right? I mean,
Right.
my main inspiration was watching your channel and watching what you did, and actually getting my camera and doing what you did, right?
Mhm.
I started doing it, right? But one of the things
Mhm.
that people loved about me the most was my daily fucking Colfax routine, which I used to do, which I still go down Colfax, but I don't put it on live streams as much because I've got 50 million things going on now. I mean, I never knew how deep this channel would actually, take me into doing what I'm doing, but it's crazy the type of stuffs that I'm doing now. But
Right.
so people really appreciated that, right? They were like,
Mhm.
wow, this guy is like getting right up in their faces and like exposing them for just wasting tax dollars, right? I would get so many compliments, man. Thank you for getting them to move, I even had residents in certain places say, you know what, I appreciate what you do because all they do is just sit there and do nothing, you know and then it's nice to have somebody that holds them accountable, has a camera, that can show the world that a lot of these people, a lot of these cockroaches, that's all they do is just
Mhm.
cockroach. They don't do the actual patrols. And what are they keeping safe? The street corner, like I mean, what exactly are they doing? The 7-Eleven. I mean, how many times I went to that 7-Eleven over on Sable and
Yeah.
Mississippi,
Mississippi,
where they
I
would
think.
just
Yeah.
fucking hang out and do nothing. I mean, Bernie
Yeah.
used to work at that Pizza Hut there,
Yep.
and I would catch them constantly just sitting there doing nothing. They weren't on any calls. There was no lights. There was nothing. And I would
Yep.
go over there and I'd be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And they would be like, close their windows. Obviously, they didn't want to talk, but I mean,
Yeah.
and then they would all move. And then one time I caught him going from there, and I caught him going a block down the road, and sure enough, I showed up there too, because I'm not going to sit there and let you just waste taxpayer dollars, while there's crimes to be solved. I mean, like I said, 2% of all crimes in the United States are solved by these pieces of shit. I mean,
Mhm.
2%, that's what we're paying for. If you went K dot, if you went to a DJ party and you only played 2% of the music that you got, you think you'd get very many gigs? You think
No,
you
I
you think you
probably,
might be
yeah.
fired after playing the same song over and over and over?
I
I
think a
mean,
riot would probably start, but
right. So, I mean, these guys are getting away with a lot. Ellie says maybe Officer Sleepy was testing things from the evidence room. Oh, that's a good question, Ellie, because a lot of evidence gets stolen from evidence room. I wish I could dig into that because I sure would. You know,
I
one of my
really want to know who the whistleblower officer is, because I want to accommodate him, because we
yeah,
need
or her.
officers like him, uh, to uh, we do. We need officers like him, and technically his name should have been in there, in the report.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe they keep that confidential because that he is a whistleblower. So I don't know. Um,
Well, I actually wanna now I really wanna dig in and find out what happened to the, officer that was sleeping on the job. Is he still working for the force? Because if he is, I wanna know where he's at so I can warn people, "This guy sleeps on the fucking job."
yeah,
He's been caught before. He's gonna do it again,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. I agree.
Yeah, at least, Matthew remembers the Colfax runs that I did. Um Let's see what else. Who else we got? Also 2% of crimes. get solved, and only the cream of the crop detectives do any figuring out.
Very
That's
true.
another problem. It's funny, and you know what? I think we exposed something the other day on a cop watch. K dot. Remember the cop watch? He
Hmm.
showed up and they put up crime tape. What crime was committed there that they needed crime tape up? The only reason the crime tape was up was because of me. It wasn't because of the crime. The crime happened inside that building. They didn't tape off anything over there. Whatever evidence were they gathering? What witnesses were they talking to? It certainly wasn't anywhere where I was. They were just dicking around and being egomaniacs. Let's see. I disagree. I wished all of the police would sleep on the job. At least that way they wouldn't violate your rights. That's a good point.
Right.
Well, Ellie, I agree. I agree with that, but man, that's a lot of tax dollars for sleeping. I mean, a lot.
She has a point,
Camera.
MLH.
He does have a point. It's a great point, Ellie. But you know, if it wasn't for 911 and the public snitching
Camera
cops,
tape.
wouldn't solve any crimes. I agree, Ryan. I mean, the public drives a lot of that 2%, but 2% is. I mean, shit. The only thing I like 2% is in my milk, K dot. That's it. You know,
Right.
anything
I'm
else,
with you, man.
2% is just not good enough, man.
I'm with you.
So
I'm with you.
it's just really ridiculous. I will wake up if you are needed. Sleep well. Ellie says. I know. I mean, fuck, man. I mean, you know what? It's sad. We joke about this, K dot, but it's sad to think like that. Maybe the world would be a
Yeah.
better place if everybody would took a nap. If all these officers took a nap instead of harass the public. I mean, it's kind of true. It is kind of true,
Yeah.
Ellie. I give you that. I'll give you that for sure. But I don't know. I just think that it's really interesting. This file was crazy. And I'm looking at it. And by the way, I was charged for 2 hours worth of work. I mean, the only thing they really redacted was signatures and employee number. And that was 2 hours worth of work for them. Everything else, unredacted. I got his full overall performance, which even though he had some satisfactory stuff, they still gave him an overall performance of excellent. So,
Why don't you
uh,
know what? Just because we're fair, why don't we go over those too as well? Because we don't want to be classified as biased or anything like that. We'll go ahead and acknowledge those things that he does get because I think it's important as well. If
well,
you don't
according
mind.
to this guy is the best, man. Communications, uh, decision making. Decision making, they gave him excellent,
How?
exceptional.
I don't know how they
How?
did that one. He
God,
fucking
man.
covered up and
Oh my God. Um, reports. He got satisfactory on reports. Check this out. He got exceptional for communications. Exceptional.
what?
Yes, I kid you not. Here, I'll put it up on the screen.
He can
I'm gonna show you this.
communicate?
Oh my God, man, it gets more and more ridiculous as you look at it,
Oh
man.
shit.
It's
This is
so bad.
hilarious.
It's so bad,
Okay.
so bad.
Cuz we're fair. We're fair. If we're going to report the bad, we're also going to report the good, I guess.
Right. I'll put this full screen here and take off Ellie's
Oh
comment here.
Jesus, this is
But look at,
hilarious.
I kid you not, there's nothing that needs improving according to this. This is why I have problems with evaluations. Look at this. Communications. All right. This is what they said. He got exceptional. Officer Douglas consistently practices open communication and keeps his supervisors appraised of critical issues. He is clear, concise, courteous, uses an effective tone. Um, wow. Wow. Reports satisfactory. Reports are clear, concise, consistently free of grammatical error. Oh my God, man. This is unbelievable what I'm looking at here, guys.
It's almost comedy.
Investigations. He got satisfactory under investigations.
How?
Inve- investi-
How did he
Check
get
this
how
out. Check this out. I kid you not. Investigations are routinely thorough and complete. His follow-up is
What?
timely. Look, and his interrogations are professional. He collects and processes evidence as required in policy and also shares the information he obtains with the appropriate department personnel. Wow. Fuck. Look at this. Overall performance exceptional. Officer Douglas is a great officer and exemplifies what the department looks for when professionalism and work ethic. He should be proud of what he accomplishes during his time and continues to improve as a
Oh
well-rounded
Jesus!
officer. He is
Oh
also
Jesus!
encouraged to also add some additional duties to expand upon his experiences. Yeah, like covering up. They should have
Right,
a different section here. Cover ups.
right.
Exceptional. He's exceptional at it.
He's a
Fucking
hero.
A. Man.
This guy's a fucking
Holy hell.
hero. He's a
Look at
hero.
this guy, man.
Such a crime
Very.
fighter.
Oh, here's a good one. Officer Douglas is very appreciated for his attitude and work ethic.
Ah, that's gonna
Oh
change.
my. Oh
Now I
my.
need
Oh
every fucking body to call up there and complain on his
my.
ass because
Oh
of
my.
this bullshit. And I need Ellie, if you could put that number in the chat one more time. Oh Jesus Christ. This is
This
comedy,
is,
guys. This is
I mean,
absolute comedy.
holy hell. Terrible.
Oh,
Oh, look at this one. Sergeant
this
Douglas
is
is an
even
excellent role model for those he supervises.
what the
Whew. He can be counted on.
could
Brings
we
through
play the
and
video? Can we play the snippet of the video of
uh
his professionalism?
oh my goodness.
This
Okay, hold on.
if we can start at
Okay,
8:56.
hold on. Hold on. Let me remove this and I'll play a little bit of the video,
I'm
guys.
sorry, but this is almost as funny as that Chris Rock special that just came out. Oh,
Yeah. Here we go.
and
That's
that
not
shit
it.
was
That's not
hilarious,
it.
by the way. Shout
That's
out
it.
Chris Rock.
I didn't see it yet, but here we go.
It's good. It's good. It's pretty good, bro.
Here's the video. Let me see if I can play a little bit of this with audio here. You said about 850. Yeah, 855.
That's
Who's
perfect.
that
Yeah.
good looking dude?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
So what I was advised by the legal department, you're gonna have to go through the CCJRA request to get that information.
As far as the badge
The
number,
badge number?
Yes. Yep, that's what my legal
who
department
requested
said.
that?
So I've got to go with what they say.
Okay, who said that?
Our legal department.
Who's your legal department?
I'm not going to provide her name. It's our
What are you
legal
talking about?
department.
She
So
hold
go
on.
through
She's a legal
CCJRA.
department, so she works for the people.
There's
That's
Are you-
very
are you-
professional.
Being an asshole right now?
Find
Are you being an asshole right now, Sergeant?
see anytime that an officer is involved, it becomes this. A simple request.
I think we got to cover up.
All right, there it is, guys. That's
I caught it.
that, you
I
called it,
caught
man.
it.
You called it right there, K Dot, no doubt, man. So there you go. There's the professionalism of Sergeant Douglas. That's $141,000 base pay, no doubt. Base pay 357. Welcome on in. Appreciate you being in here. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. I've been yapping quite a bit here. So Pepper, nice to have you in here. Just saw you in there. So we pay $141,000 for this guy to tell us that we can't get a badge number because legal told him that they can't give out badge numbers, which, by the way, is in their policies. So him and the legal department broke policy by not giving us that officer's badge number. Interesting, isn't it, K Dot?
It's very interesting, and this guy's is bad news. I don't care. I've never had a good interaction with this guy.
Yeah, never.
And the thing is, we were absolutely polite on our first our interaction with each other, and then I had to step in because he was being so rude to MLH, and I'm like, hold on, Um, and I don't know if MLH recorded that or if you have that as far as a static anywhere. Um,
I
but
think I
yeah,
do actually. Yeah.
do you have
Yeah.
that? I think it was a static. It wasn't live for sure.
I may.
And I had to correct him on his rudeness. He was just rude.
Yeah, and by the
And
way, Ellie said he did tell us that she was female because he's I'm not going to give you her name, which why wouldn't you? I mean, she works with she's a public employee,
right,
so we can get that information. I mean, I want to know.
right.
Now, you know what? I'm going to put in for that. I want the names of all the legal department. Yeah, I think that's a worthy request. I think I'm going to do that.
Yep,
I want the first and last names of all the legal department
yep,
in this police department in
yep,
headquarters police department
yep,
because then I can name them as people who broke policy. You know, these are the
yep.
people that break policy, and Sergeant Douglas is among them. So there you go. And policy isn't law. I know it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal. You know,
It is.
when you knowingly break policy as an officer, like that's a big deal. Now we in the as the public don't go by policy. We go by laws. We're supposed to go by
Hmm.
laws, you
Hmm.
know. So so that's why we get around the policy thing all the time because it doesn't apply to us.
It
See,
applies to them.
when the chief of Denver put up those stupid signs, with ordinances saying that we can't record inside the police stations, the lobbies, that's their policy. That's not a law. So they can arrest us on it like they've done before. They did it to KDOT at District 5, even when he wasn't even in the building. Um, but which is a whole other can of worms that we're going to discuss at some point.
Hmm.
But that's policy. That's not law. So go ahead and arrest us. That's fine. I mean, I mean, they arrest for less. Do that shit all the time. You
Yeah,
know, I mean, how many times have you
yeah.
seen somebody getting arrested just simply for having a camera? And not doing anything, not bothering anybody. So, you know, what does the homie mustachioed think of dirty cops? I don't know. You'd have to ask him that, King Solomon. I don't know what the mustachioed thinks of dirty cops. Maybe you'll find out someday. That'd be funny. Um, so I don't know. Overall, what do you think, K. Dot? This, and we're, you know what? We do have request into the Colorado Justice Records Act that may expose even more dirtiness by these cops because, I mean, that's criminal. So this guy might have some criminal shit going on, and if he does, and we find out, ooh, not going to be good for them at all.
Exactly.
And I keep
And
digging. I mean, you know,
yeah, he's right. He's very right.
but
And
let's see.
thank
This
you
is let's
for
see.
your awesome detective work,
Well,
MLH, on this.
you know,
And
do
like
what
I
I
said,
do.
we guaranteed the audience that we would have. And like I said, these records cost money, guys. So um, please donate to the channel as far as MLH. Um, he's even though he's not asking, I'm asking. Because again, we spend our money on these records for you guys to have it, and which you should have it. Just knowing exactly what you guys are dealing with. What's up, Johnny Bravo? What's going on, man?
Here's his
Uh,
latest, K. Dot. Here's his latest overall performance. It's obviously exceptional because this guy's perfect, right?
oh,
Sergeant
he's
Douglas is a Sergeant Douglas is a trustworthy and low maintenance employee who does a good job on a consistent basis. He requires very little supervision and can be counted on to do his job properly. His work and positive attitude are a positive influence, and it is appreciated. God, I mean, the fucking bootlicking amongst cops is crazy, man. Everybody does a great job in the police department. Wow, crazy.
yeah.
Let's see. Question: who is responsible for quality control of the drug evidence in Aurora Police? Is that a public records request? I wonder. I wonder. Who could we ask? Could we ask the city clerk about that? One big heart. Thank you very much for the super chat. And Matthew, I appreciate you, man. I really do.
Thank
I
you, Big
appreciate
Heart.
anything. I do appreciate it because, like K Dot says, I mean, very rarely will I ask. The only thing that I've ever asked specifically for, and at first it was for charity, and it ended up being, I turned that money into a drone because the money was given back to me. So, but other than that, I mean, it all goes to public record requests and gas. I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty much my
yeah.
life, man. Is
And
going and requesting records and driving. That's
do you
pretty
mind if I
much
make
it.
a quick shout out real quick?
Yeah, go right ahead, man.
MLH, I wanted to ask for permission first. I want to shout out Johnny Bravo. Does great work. I know he does a lot of work with the Denver PD. If you guys aren't familiar with this channel, go subscribe to his channel. I mean, this dude goes hard in the paint. Shout out to him. Go subscribe to him immediately. He does really, really great work. So shout out to Johnny Bravo. I like to encourage the up and coming cop watchers because they need our support. So I just wanted to.
Alan B
Sorry.
is in chat as well. I'm gonna do a shout out to Alan B, who's been with the channel since almost day one. What's up, Alan B? Nice
Yeah,
to
Alan
have
B.
you in here, man. Nice to have you in here, man. Really appreciate that. I know you have plenty of things to do, and you could be doing 50 million other things, just as all of you can. So they say they send an 8 ball to the lab for testing, but it's really a tenth of a gram. Ryan, you couldn't be. I mean, look, I'm not gonna spoil things for K Dot's idea for a movie. But there may or may not be stuff like that that gets put into another movie that K Dot gave me an idea for. So um,
Right.
after I get done recording this movie or filming, I should say, which I'm shooting for May or June, then I'm gonna be working on K Dot's idea, and it's fucking banger, man. You guys are gonna love it. It's something completely different. Um,
Yeah.
I just don't know how we're gonna shoot it, man. I'm scared, K Dot. I'm scared, but it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Let's get this first
Don't
movie
be
out of the way, and
scared,
then we'll.
MLA. Don't be
I'm
scared.
trying not to, man. I'm trying not to, man. It's just, man. This one's gonna take some thinking, man. Like the first one was straightforward, but this one is something else. But okay, so how much was the record request, MLH? This one, okay, so K Dot did one. Are you talking just the most recent ones, Matthew? Because
Yeah.
we got a whole litany of records requests. K Dot paid $66 on one. I paid 33. The way they do it is $33 an hour, and they give you the first hour for free. Now, who determines how long it takes? I still can't get an answer on that. I mean, some of the redactions, like you guys saw, the only things that were redacted were signatures and employee number for some reason, which I think employee number is, should be public information, but whatever. What are we doing? Jen and Ellie want nobody in the movie, please. I don't know. Oh no, Jen and Ellie want nudity in the movie. There's gonna be no nudity, but very, very close, Pepper. Very close to having nudity in the movie. Very close. I can't show nudity on YouTube, otherwise I would have because I don't care.
Right.
But let's see who's Mayor June. Just kidding. Yeah, see, why not? Okay, so yeah, pretty much what you guys are donating for is public request. I mean, that's what KDOT and I do. And feel free to
Yeah.
donate to KDOT as well, because like I said, a lot of the money goes right to public records requests. Or gas. I mean, those are the two things. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I have to drive physically to get the record, so that's how we do it because we put it on camera. Um, okay, I don't want to say that, but I agree. To the person in chat there, head nod to you. It's funny. I love the enthusiasm. I just can't say anything more than that. All right, let's see. Can you be in the movie 357? Yes, everybody can be in the movie. There is a way, but okay. I'll have a definitive way for you guys to get into the movie, just by sending me you. Okay, I'll wait. I'm gonna hold off on that because I haven't started filming yet. So let's hold off on it. But yes, you guys
Yeah.
can be. Everybody can be involved in the movie. K Dot's going to be in the movie as with the speaking role, and I thrust him into that role. Without him even I was like, okay, K Dot's got to be in the movie, and I'll give you guys another hint. Um, our good friend Harry Nuts is in the movie too, and I threw him into that. Will there be nudity? No nudity, Lou, because I can't show nudity on YouTube. No nudity, but maybe if you're lucky, like I'll do like an uncut version, which you can get privately. Maybe I don't do memberships at all, but maybe if you want, I'll send you
Yeah.
an uncut version. Let's see. We can film off location and send in clips. Yes, 357. There's a unique way I have of getting everybody involved in the movie. Let's just put it that way, and I will give you guys more detail. I already said it, but here's a good question. Ellie wants to know: is K Dot going to be nude? Well,
That
you'll,
he's gonna have to
you'll
pay me
have to
more for
watch the
that. That's
movie.
just
You'll have to watch the movie for that. You know what? I should have did a sex scene for K Dot in the movie. That would have been awesome. I
would have
should have.
been.
You know
Would
what?
have been.
I might do that for the next movie. I might just throw K Dot in a role, just a random role. He might be like, I don't know, like a
It's gotta
strip
be a
club
hot chick, man.
operator.
Hot chick. Has to
No
be a hot
doubt,
chick.
no doubt. I mean, what do you think I'm going to throw you in with, you know, uh, Honey Boo Boo's mom or something? Come on, man. Be real here. Maybe full male chest. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, maybe we can get K Dot topless. I don't know. We'll see. I will give $5. What's the movie about? Shits and Giggles says.
What is going?
Um, it's K Dot got the script. It's I don't know. It's I don't know how to explain it. Let me see.
Not
I'm
with
looking
Mama
at what you
June.
sent me. Legal advisor. What is going on here? What are you sending me, Genwell? Yeah, it's only. I'm trying to look at this organizational chart, and it's kind of whatever. I got it. Thanks for sending me that, Jen. I appreciate it. Yes, K Dot with the Mama June lookalike. Oh,
yeah.
how? Let's not do that to
no.
K Dot, man. I would never
That's
do that to K Dot. Maybe some other
that's cruel
people.
and unusual punishment. That's just that's
I don't know. You might have fun with it, man. That might be fun. I don't know.
no.
All right.
You're gonna have to give me a big paycheck for that one, man. That's just...
Checks in the mail, K Dot. Checks in the mail, bro. All right. One Big Heart says organizational chart shows legal advisor in quotes reports directly to the chief. Yeah, I know. It's weird. Not surprised your movie has hairy nuts in it, Russell says. The movie is about rising from the ashes and victory. That's a fair assessment, Pepper. That's actually a fair assessment of the movie. I'm surprised you got it. That's
yeah,
that's
that's
pretty
dope.
much what
Yeah,
it is.
that is a yeah.
Okay, K Dot.
Get a blow
I know
up.
you're slightly biased, but you did have a chance to read the script. How's the script?
Dope, man. Freaking beautiful. It's
Said it is dope. I love it.
dope, man. It's a
Alan
great
B wants
script.
to get a blow up doll for your sex scene, K Dot. Is that more acceptable? A blow up doll.
Blow up doll. Damn, not a
think
blow
that's
up
more
doll.
acceptable.
Shit.
I think it's more acceptable.
That's
MLH
horrible.
Phoenix Rises. No,
That is
Matthew.
horrible.
The name of the movie is called Finding the Mustachioed. And it's not what you guys think. It's not a mustachioed centric movie, but it is. I can't explain it. It's it's its own thing. I will do your graphics if you need them. Shits and giggles, email me, MexicanLonghair@gmail.com. I could definitely use your help on that front for sure. I already have somebody that might be doing the soundtrack to the movie. So That's exciting. I just got to find actors in the Denver area
Yo,
that are willing to do this movie, which that's
yeah,
going to be the hard part. The location shooting
yeah.
is not going to be hard. I mean, KDOT and I at some point, maybe Sunday, I don't know, um, we'll be looking for places to film. But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
uh, Alan, no, we need the real thing. KDOT needs to take it off. We need the real thing. So no
Wait,
blow up
shit.
talk.
Wait, shits and are you the one who did my graphic work? My
Yep, yep. Look, KDOT has my info.
If
Shits and
that's the
giggles
case,
says.
then yes, I do have his info. Yes,
All right, all right.
I will get. Yes, he does awesome work, by the way. And you didn't respond back to my. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Shits and giggles. You never responded back to my email.
Hey,
I was wondering how
Matthew,
I shout you out,
Matthew.
man, because he does great work. He does really great
Hey,
work, by the
Matthew.
way.
Thank you for your kind donation, man. I really appreciate that, bud. That
Shits and
goes a long
giggles is
way.
awesome.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Matthew. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you for the kind
Thank you, Shits
donation.
and giggles. Appreciate you.
Yep. And shits and giggles, I will get with you. I got to film
He
the thing
does.
first.
He MLH. He does awesome work. Awesome work,
That's
dude.
cool.
Like
That's cool, man.
he's awesome for sure.
Let's see. A friend of mine actually took a blow up doll to senior prom. May Tyrell rest in peace. Not a doll, not the doll, and not a joke.
Okay.
Oh, that's sad, man. I mean, it's cool that he brought it to prom, but sad that he passed away. So there you go. What's up, Johnny Bravo? Let's see. Okay, cool. Right on. So anything else, K Dot? Any final thoughts before we get out of here? I know you got to get to work here real soon, and I got some shit to do as well.
No, I
Um,
thought we were able to get what the people wanted, and that's always a win for us. I mean, we did our due diligence as far as giving you the information. Now it's up on you to do your due diligence, and that's uh grievances to your government. So if I were you, and I'm also gonna make a call as well. We don't want this guy working in our front desk and being in charge of reports. Now that this has come out, and guys, this is the exclusive on MLH's channel. You're the first ones to see this. Please share this video, okay? Other people need to know what's going on, okay? And I think the next investigation that we're going to be doing is going to be on Sergeant Cook. I think
oh, yeah,
we need to know what's going on with that guy.
yep.
What do you think,
Yep.
MLH?
I think that's a good place to go. Sergeant Cook is another guy that's really, really trying to hold up these public records requests. He
Yep.
says it's going to it's going to take up to 20 weeks for us to get the information on these officers via the CCJRA, which is
Mhm.
absolutely ridiculous, ridiculous. So
Mhm. Mhm.
here's what I want to say. This information would never have come to public light if I didn't take the initiative to put in the public request to get Sergeant Douglas's information. And the only
Facts.
reason I did is because he was being a complete asshole to us.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I would have never even asked if he was polite, pleasant, and gave us the information that we need. A simple badge number, not that hard. So,
And,
and it
and to
is in
all the
their policy.
officers watching, let this be a lesson to you. uh if you have bad interactions with you if you have bad interactions with us or whatever, and it's due to you, not us, to you, we're going to investigate you. We're going to stop playing games, and we're going to expose your whole entire background to the people that need to know. So moving forward, tell everybody, to all the officers who's watching right now, because we know we have some that's watching, we're going to expose the shit out you, and the people's gonna hold you accountable. So I would be on my if I were you, I would be on our best behavior when you approach MLH and KDOT. So, and
Yeah,
MLH, thank
definitely.
you for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. And great job on your
Okay, Dad.
investigative. work, sir. I
You
just
know,
wanted to say that.
no thanks needed. I mean, I'm actually very honored to be in the presence of the greatest cop watcher in the Denver area, without question. I don't think it's even it's not even a question anymore. KDOT's the best, and you know, other people
Thank you.
have their favorites or what. It's not about favorites; it's about facts. And the fact is, KDOT gets results, and I'm starting to get the same results as KDOT. So, if you're in the Denver area, you're thinking about getting into cop watching, watch KDOT's channel, subscribe to DJ KDOT the Party, and my channel too. You know, that would
Yes.
also give you guys a good insight on how to do journalism, how to do investigations, how to properly treat people, whether you know it's good or bad. You know, I
Mhm.
usually give people the benefit of the doubt until they piss me off, and then I let them have it, like the security guard in that Aurora video who decided to approach us for no reason. You guys can see that on our channels. I do a lot of stuff on my channel. I'm a jack of all trade, master of none. So, anyways, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Ellie, if you could give me a call a little bit later, that'd be great. And that's about it. K Dot, have a great day. Everybody in chat, have a great day. I'm getting a phone call. Later, everybody. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hang on. Hey, K Dot, you still there?
Yep.
I'll talk to you in a little bit, bro. I ended the broadcast. Great show, man.
Okay, man. Thank you.
Yep.
I
Thank
think
you,
we
bro.
still live
Have a
though.
great day, man. Stay safe at work.
Okay. Out.
All right. No. I was just ending. Yeah, just ending.